Hey y'all, I'm back. Yeah, hey, I'm coming at y'all getting y'all true Melissa King realness today. I decided to make this a day of transparency, and I ain't feel like putting on that wig, pulling out no wig. It's been hot. So since the fro was throwing this morning, I'm like, let's do it. So anyway, welcome back. Did I go live at all last week? I don't even. I don't think I've been live since we did the one with the money tips, and I know that was week before last. So yeah, I don't think I went live last week. No, I didn't go live last week, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. It was the craziest week ever. Okay, so it started off with on Monday. Um, my mom had a dentist appointment. She had to go to oral surgery. I had to woosah through that day because okay, here's the thing. She had to go in and she's getting dentures. My mom is 70 years old, and when she was having some issues with bleeding gums, stuff like that, And what they determined is the best. What we determined the best decision was to go ahead and do extraction and just get dentures. So that's what we decided, or she decided to do. So you know, um, I don't know if I've explained the typical Melissa King look to y'all. Well, if something can go wrong, it will. Yeah. That kicked in Monday. So I took Monday off. My mom came Sunday night. Oh, let me back up a day. Just to throw a little extra sauce on the story. Went out, hung out Sunday, with one of my besties that lives in Birmingham. Her son's birthday was that weekend. So they were in my area. So me and 92, we went to we got a place here called Van Event, similar to Dave and Buster's, that type of thing. So we went there and had a good time. Everything going good. So then, we get ready to head back home because like I said, my mom has her dental procedure on Monday. And that's a part of the long story too. But we ended up having to go. Hey Tanisha, that's my bestie. She had to pep talk me this morning because y'all, I wasn't feel. I told her my energy off, but I'm here anyway. So thank you, bestie. I still the verdict's still out about the school clothes. She was fussing at me about um because school starting next week. That's another reason my mood is off. Neither Naya or myself are excited about school starting next week. And we hadn't done no school shopping, no nothing, none of that. Right now, I ain't even feeling it. But my dog got in my ass this morning. She like, yeah, you're gonna have to do better. So uh, I ain't ready yet. Give me some time. But anyway, so come home last Sunday, walk in the house, and it stench. And when I say stench, I mean the smell. You know how hot it's been. So we have been gone all day, and the air conditioning unit, the air was working fine, but what we didn't realize was the condensation and everything was causing a leak. So we had been going all day. We get back home that evening at about 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking, because we have the curbside trash pickup, and they pick up for the last time on Thursday, and then they don't come back until Sunday. So if you got something in the trash that's like, let's say you got something with onions on it or whatever, it might funk it up a little bit in the house. So I'm thinking, what in the hell we got in that trash to smell like that? Because it shouldn't be that strong. So walk down the hallway flooded, office flooded, everything flooded because apparently the air conditioner is leaking, and it didn't. And I'm the type of stuff like that just sends me over because I'm like, I think everything's supposed to work all the time. So anyway, it's Sunday. I live in an apartment. Maintenance did not consider it an emergency. So I come in the house, raising windows, got the ceiling fan full blast, went to the store, bought candles, all this stuff, but that stench was so strong from where it had, got up under the floor and everything. So, I wasn't happy about that. And then, so the next Monday, we get up, I go to take her to her dentist appointment, which was an hour away. And it was in an area that if you are from here, it's not exactly I don't even want to go into detail, but it used to be an area back in the day. If y'all are familiar with the phrase sundown town. Yeah. That is what it is. It's sundown. Yeah. So anyway, wasn't happy about having to go there, but her appointment was at 10 o'clock Monday. So we get up, we leave in time to get there. We get there at 9:45. She's on time. Her appointment's at 10. Walk in the door. First off, I wasn't feeling it because we walk in the door and the waiting area at the dentist office is full. I'm like, how many people did y'all schedule to come in at the same time? All these people sitting out here waiting on somebody? Because I'm like, I know all these people ain't waiting to be seen. So, but still, I'm keeping an open mind. So I walk in. I said, good morning. My mom is here. She's having a procedure done, which the lady behind her desk does not speak back. And I'm just like, okay. So then, my mom feels anything. It's me, 92, and my mom. So, like I said, we walked in, the waiting room is full. And somebody comes out from the back. So I guess one of the people that was sitting there was waiting on that person. So when that person comes out, a chair opens up. So of course, I tell my mom, you can sit there. So I'm scanning around the room, and I see like 4 men in the room. Now there was one older lady that, and nobody in the room was like us. Let me just say that. So there was one older lady. She was like offering her seat, and I was like, we were like, no, that's okay, because I'm thinking it's 4 grown ass men in here. You see 2 women standing here leaning against the wall with nowhere to sit, and y'all won't get y'all overgrown tails up and offer nobody a seat. So that was rubbed me the wrong way. So we standing there, and now you're looking at me like, how long are we gonna do this? So I told her, I said, we can go back out to the car, but I want to make sure we get Granny settled first, because I had some questions before she went back there, this, that, and other. So that's the next thing. We standing there. Nobody comes back to the desk, and I'm just like, what is going on with this? So finally, like 20 minutes later, somebody comes, the lady from the back, and it's not the one that was the receptionist. Somebody else comes to the front, and she looks over. She sees me and Naya standing up against the wall, looking like this. And then she looks around the room, and she says, ma'am, let me bring y'all back here so y'all can have, we have another waiting area back here. So I'm like, okay. So she comes, and I was like, Mom, come on, we going to another area, because I'm still standing there like, and I told my friends, I had already pulled out the phone, I had already scanned the room, had my video ready, and I was ready to hit the YouTube button to let y'all get a live view of me about to show my ass. But then I was like, that when that lady came out and saw that, I guess she said, honey, let me get these folks somewhere to sit, where they have Al Sharpton and Jesse and them up here marching this evening. Because like I said, nobody in there looked like us. So the fact that it was 4 grown men in there. And then I told Naya later, I said, I don't even count that as a racial thing, because that's just an example of somebody who don't have no home training. Because anytime a female is standing up and you got your sorry tail sitting down and you a man, you should get up and give your seat. So anyway, she said it. She said in March when she came back out and gave us somewhere to sit in the other area. But then, okay, we got somewhere to sit now. But here's the thing. It's 10:30. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11:30. Her appointment was at 10. It's 11:30. They finally come and get her at 12. 12 o'clock. So I'm just like, Okay. And nothing you can do about it. Woosah. They finally getting her back there. So she got back there, and this was the crazy part. She went back there to get, you know, think about it, she's getting dentures, so she's getting a full extraction. They were done in 15 minutes. And I'm like, when she come back around the corner, I'm like, y'all through? And she was, they were like, yeah, we're done. We didn't sit here for 2 hours for something y'all could have did in 15 minutes. Okay. So then my mom tells me, because they started the process at an office that's closer to where we live. As a matter of fact, 15 minutes away from where we live. They couldn't finish it there and said they needed to send her to an oral surgeon, which was the one that was an hour away. But then we get in there, and my mom says the dentist is still now. I don't even know why they sent you here because they could have pulled these where they were. So I'm just like, yeah, I went through the net. So anyway, we're done. They give her her prescriptions. We get in the car. We get ready to get headed back to the house. Okay, get home. First I stopped by the rental office because I'm like, I know they better be came over there and checked on this floor, this flooding area in the floor. So I'm like, so I won't have no surprise. Let me go on and stop on my way in and get a status update. So I don't have to come in and turn to the incredible hook when I walk in and they did. Because I'm already having a crazy day. Because we left home headed to where we were going at like quarter to 9. We just getting back at like 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock. So I bring my mom in, night to get them settled. Tell my mom, okay, I'm going to go get your prescription. They give her a prescription for pain reliever, one which was a narcotic, and antibiotics. So I'm like, okay, went to Publix to get her prescriptions for you, thinking this is gonna be a quick trip. Now, mind you, I haven't eaten or anything yet. I'm just trying to make sure she is good before I, take care of me. So get to the pharmacy, explained everything. They're so strict now because of with narcotics, and I understand. There's a lot of people that's out there, trying to get drugs illegally. So they didn't have to tighten up on it. So anyway, I take my mom's ID and her Medicare card. I have my ID just in case they need to see that because I don't want them to think I'm around here trying to boost and get no free painkillers. It ain't even like it. So anyway, that part went fine. Where the problem came in is they come back and tell me the doctor forgot to sign it. I'm like, he did what? He didn't sign not a single prescription. So I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? Because I'm thinking, I know, surely I don't have to drive all the way back an hour up the road for to go get this prescription signed. I know there is a way in this world of technology that we can get this done. I'm not even going to go into the long story. I had to go back up the road. So at this point, still hadn't had a chance to sit down at home yet. Still hadn't had a chance to eat yet. By the time I get back to where we live, take the signed prescription back to Publix. When all of this is done, it's like 6 o'clock. This is ridiculous. But you know what? I was like, I have to keep things in perspective. You getting agitated because you're getting the runaround and because it's an inconvenience. But at the same time, my mom is at home at my house with no pain medication and her mouth is throbbing. So that's the more important thing. You can be pissed off about this later. Go ahead and do what you need to do with her. So I did. We got her settled. And it was she stayed with me for a few days because, I'm the only girl. I got 3 brothers and my dad's at home. Men are not attentive like that. So I was like, whenever she had something like, she had a knee replacement done a couple of years ago. So when she left the hospital, I was like, come home with me because, men just aren't in tune like that. So I always have her come back home with me when something's going on where she needs somebody to see after. So she had a rough couple of days because, she can't eat anything and, the pain. And then she one of them people that think if she take one darn pain pill that she gonna be a dope, not dope, DOPE, DOKE. She thinks she gonna be a dope addict. So she like don't want to take no pain medicine. I'm like, woman, if you don't want to take this pain medicine because if you are in a lot of pain, it's stressful on the body. She takes a fluid pill. She's got, she's got hypertension, but not to a point that she needs a full on you know, birth I almost said birth control. Blood pressure pill. They basically just give her a diuretic, you know. And so I was checking her blood pressure and stuff, and I was like, her blood pressure was like 173 over 95, something like that. I'm like, quit trying to be a superhero. Take this darn pain medicine because the more you hurt, the more it's gonna make your blood pressure go up. So she finally, got on board with that. But I'm just like, Lord have mercy, just take the pill. And because but anyway, so that's part of the reason why I didn't get on last week. So, because she stayed here with me until Thursday. The other part is with them doing this floor work and stuff, they was banging and drilling, and because it ended up being a whole project for them to take care of what was going on with there. And they're still not done because they had to create an opening between the utility closet and the laundry room, which meant they had to cut part of the wall out, and they got to come back and do some sheetrock, yada yada, blah blah blah, all that mix. So anyway, that is almost done. No more water leaking, but I think they're gonna end up having to come back and redo my kitchen floor. And I'm surprised, this happened. Something similar happened when we first moved here in 2018. And they ended up having to come in and redo the whole floor area in my office and the hallway, all the way down to the bedrooms. And so this time, I guess, I don't know, it's not puckering, but my rug I have in here was soaked. I just knew that we were gonna have that issue again. The area where they had put the newer stuff was fine, but where the water went into like the entrance to the kitchen and everything, that floor is puckered. So I'm like, well, that's gonna be another thing. They're gonna have to come back over and redo the floor, which means, well, the good part is for the kitchen, there's not really anything to move. When they had to redo it in the office, I had to move everything out of the office, computer, uh, print all that stuff, the desk, everything. Had to get all of that out and then bring it back in. And that's a job when you got I got 4 monitors. I got to figure out what's connected to what, all that stuff. So it was a pain in the butt. But anyway, if they have to redo the kitchen, I don't have a big issue with that because we don't have anything to move in there. So anyway, survived that. The next thing that was going on, and this doesn't necessarily directly affect me, but I know y'all heard all of the confusion that was going on about that daggone Kylie girl. Honey, I wasn't trying to come on because I was embarrassed. I'm like, this helpful. Over here making the state of Alabama look bad, And so I was hearing about all that, and I was just like, oh my God, And see, I'm not a big news person, so I really didn't know the story until one of my besties in Atlanta. She's in Atlanta, and she had to tell me about it. And she was saying, because I think it was like, when did she go missing? Whatever day she went missing, it was the next day. Because when Steph was telling me about it, she was like, is coming up on 2 days. And I was like, I started feeling bad because I'm like, well, you know what they say, if they don't find them in the first 48 hours, that, most of the time it's not going to be a good result, So I didn't know the full story, but just from what I heard, I was like, that don't sound like it's going to turn out good if she's been missing that long and they ain't heard nothing. But then, when Stephanie first told me about it, she was saying, because the area where the girl was driving, I'm familiar with that area because I lived up in Birmingham. And I'm thinking to myself, when she said a girl seen a baby on the interstate, and I'm like, on the interstate, it went processing. Like, what did they drop the baby off and keep driving? And then I'm thinking, the baby's on the side of the road. What toddler do you know It's gonna stay on the side of the road. They'd have been ran out in front of traffic and everything. So one of the first things I said was, did they check this girl mental health, make sure she wasn't hallucinating or whatever? Then I let it go. I let it go. And then, different people I listened to on YouTube were kind of updating the story. And then I was listening and I was on Deanna Irvin's channel Saturday night, and somebody came on and said that they had found the girl. And I was like, oh, good. She was still alive. That's good. So then, I pretty much had let it go. Then as the week went on, y'all all saw if you didn't see about it, you heard about the press conference and all that. And I just been cheating ever since. I'm just like, Lord. I was on the hood table panel and I was like, look, this child does not represent the average female in Alabama. Some of us have more sense than to make up a story like that. Now I don't know the full details. I ain't even trying to follow it, but I just knew something in that milk went clean, and she got us looking back. I seen so many memes and posts and stuff, and I'm just like, damn, we just cannot win. So anyway, that was going on last week. So that's not, and plus I was playing catch up with the work and the stuff in the house. So that's part of the reason why I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, so now me and Tony went live yesterday. Now, if y'all are in the state of Alabama, our co-founder, Mr. Ivy Stokes, we did live talking about he's gonna be doing his Alabama tour, going around talking to people about starting your own home-based business. That's what I do. That's why I started this channel, to kind of share that information, because I provide the type of education. So, he's gonna be in Montgomery today. I won't be able to make that one because for me, I'm in Madison, so that would be like shoot. It starts at 7. That would probably end up being a 3-hour drive, and I got to go through Birmingham traffic, people getting off work. And then, it wasn't even doable. I was like, I'm not gonna worry about that. But if you are in the Montgomery area, and the place is called Jan's Beach House Grill or something like that. So the information is on my Facebook page, because anybody that's in the area that wants to know, the information is on my Facebook page. And it's gonna be tonight at 7. And then tomorrow, now we'll be attending tomorrow. It's gonna be here in our neck of the woods in North Alabama, in a little area called Hillsboro. So it's not far from Huntsville, not far from Decatur, not far from Portland Town Creek, Tanisha, Cobb County, all of that. So if you're in the North Alabama area, come to Hillsboro First Baptist Missionary Church. Pastor Gregory Willard, he's from Portland. We went to school with him. He's gonna let us use his church for the meeting for this area. This starts at 7. So, please, if you're in this area, come on out. It's free information. Some of y'all may have seen I did a little it's hard to get people's attention when you're not talking about mess or gossip, or people want to hear celebrity stuff. They don't want to hear about that. So you have to try to, Tony and I try to get creative in how we get people's attention about stuff. So Friday, I did a video that some of y'all might have seen, where I was basically talking about, my purpose for doing this, last weekend, not this one that just went by, last weekend, Beyonce was in Nashville. She did her Renaissance tour. And so where we are we're on an hour from the Tennessee state line. So to go to Nashville from where I live, it may take a couple hours if that. So a lot of people from our area, I was seeing posts on Facebook, Instagram, they went to the concert, and I'm not mad at it. It's like I was saying yesterday, I found nothing wrong with using your money to enjoy yourself. Nah, they said the nosebleed seats for Beyonce was $150 a pop. If you that big of a fan, I ain't mad at you, because a couple of years ago, I took 90 to her first concert. Me and my friends love New Edition. New Edition was coming. It was New Edition, Jodeci, and who else was on that tour? Charlie Wilson. So, it was Naya's first concert. I wanted it to be a really great experience. So we got floor seats. So, We spent some money. We was up in like row number 5, whatever. And I don't have a problem with that. What we were trying to relate to people is though you got to be balanced. If you're going to spend that type of money to go and see someone who is already a millionaire, already doing generational wealth, she got her child right there on stage with her. You know, they doing what they need to do, and we helping the finance because our money's paying for the entertainment. At the same time, the speaker that we got coming that's founded myEcon is also a millionaire. He has arena for the last 30, 40 years. Mr. Stokes is like 63, 64. So, you know, he's been doing this for a while. The company he started is almost 20 years old. I've been with him for 8 years. So I was trying to make a comparison that, you know, people will go and pay money to be entertained and watch somebody make millions. But a lot of times they won't come to a free event where you can talk to someone who's made millions that's willing to share the information with you and show you how you can get it. Now, you know, when it's me and Tony, we understand no, but you don't know about Mr. Stokes either, but you can bet him. You can go online and see and bet him. But you know, it's like you don't get that same kind of fervor or, you know, excitement. Because I was telling Tony yesterday, we was on live. I said, now if we told him that Beyonce was gonna be at that church or here in Huntsville, tomorrow at 7, traffic would be bagged up all the way down 565 to 2065. Everybody trying to come in for free. You got somebody that want to teach you about making money, saving money, investing money, improving your credit, all that type of stuff. You will not have that same turnout. And this event is absolutely free. So anyway, I said it to say, if you are in my area, come check us out in Hillsborough tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Traffic should be to die down. If you work day shift, no need. It ain't church night. It ain't Wednesday night Bible class. Probably ain't nothing that great on TV. Come on out and find out about this money stuff. So come and join us. And then Saturday, we're going to be in Birmingham. Now, that one is going to be at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at Greater Faith Christian Church. And yeah, we've been using churches because, you know, number one, the venue, the ministers are offering the venue, and we don't have to pay. Well, this is my reason. But my thing is, why spend money on an expensive hotel, conference room, whatever, and you don't have a huge turnout when you could have a free venue and then still enrich the people. So that's why we, you know, I feel good about using the church. And it doesn't mean that you're going to come over there and somebody's going to beat you over the head with the Bible when you get there. But I will say this, Mr. Stokes started this company based on biblical principles. His thing is, his big thing is God gave you the power to gain wealth. He gave you the power, let's use it. So, you know, he's a great speaker. He's very down to earth. If you saw him somewhere on the street, you would never think that he's a millionaire that has started this company and has done all these things. But that speaks to how good he is, because, you know, a lot of people, like I was saying, if Donald Trump was talking, you would have to pay an arm and leg to come see him unless he's trying to get you to vote for him. And even then, he ain't gonna talk to you. Like, he ain't gonna have no conversation with you. He ain't gonna tell you how to get where he is. This man is willing to do it. So anyway, if you didn't get a chance to see my little Beyonce, I call it clickbait. Had a little clickbait, you know. So I shared that on all of my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. So okay, so let me see. I'm crossed off there. I talked about my crazy week last week. Talked about Carly crazy ass. Talked about the event coming up this weekend. What else am I gonna tell you? I know what I'm gonna tell y'all about. The reason I'm saying I was being totally transparent today. So, you know, when I was talking to y'all last time, I was telling y'all, you know, went over some of the things with credit and why credit is important and things you can do to improve your credit. And one of the things we talked about was a budget and staying on top of what's going in and out of your account and that type of thing. So you know, accountability, I have the policy. I don't like to tell stories where I come out looking bad. Unless there's one caveat. Unless, okay, my mom called me, but I'm gonna call her back. All right. Hopefully y'all can still hear me, even though the phone was whatever. So anyway, I try to tell stories where I come out looking bad unless somebody can learn something from. So in this case, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with y'all. I uh dropped the ball, and it was my fault. So and then what was running through my head, I was gonna actually pull the song up and let it play today, because when I was younger, and I've always sang with different choirs and stuff. And when I was at my last choir, when I lived here before I went off to college, there was this one song that one of my friends, Jeffrey, used to sing all the time. And the song was like, and a lot of y'all might know it, because it's like talking about if he don't make it in, it ain't nobody but fault but his. If I don't make it in, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. I don't know if y'all heard it. But anyway, the song says, I had my chance, I made my choice, nobody fault but mine. So he basically talking about if he don't get to heaven, it's because he messed it up. So same thing goes with your credit, your checking account, all that stuff. Now, I have a lot of things that come out every month, and I used to stay on top of those. What I do sometimes forget about is things that only come out once a year. Because like certain memberships, for example, the Canva that I use to do a lot of my videos and stuff, I went ahead and got the membership with that. And it's like $100 and some a year. But I did not write down when that was, on the little budget thing I showed y'all. I didn't write down when that comes out annually. I know it's usually during the summer. Just like for the Time Now website, we had to pay for that domain with GoDaddy. So that's a fee that we get charged every year. And I need to keep better track of when that is coming out, because it's an automatic debit. So, last week, when did we get paid? This Friday. So the last time we got paid was 2 weeks ago from this coming Friday. So, like I said, I keep very strict, very up-to-date budget where I pick up all of my monthly stuff and know what's coming out, blah, blah, blah. So, and I also have alerts set up to let me know when my cash flow drops less than $100, because, I don't want to deal with insufficient fund fees, because, with the banks I deal with, I've been with them so long, they will cover the expense, but they're going to charge me a fee. And I have been with Compass for a long time, and then PNC bought them out. So now I'm with PNC. So, that account is the account. Like I said, I have an account where I have my rent and my investment money comes out of those accounts automatically. So I'm looking at the thing when I got paid, check, cleared, not cleared, all this stuff. So I didn't realize it was time for one of those annual things to come out. So I get the notification from PNC, and it's saying that my account is in low cash flow mode, which means it didn't drop less than $100. I'm like, how is that possible? Because I didn't look to see what's coming out. So anyway, I go and do my investigating, and I see, okay, they took out money for Canva and another membership I have. So I'm like, okay. So I go ahead and set up the transfer so that I can have money taken out of my other account to cover, because like I said, I keep everything to the penny. So I move some money around. So then I noticed I was still getting an alert about the low cash flow. And I'm like, I thought I took care of it. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it just hadn't, posted yet. You know how sometimes stuff be pinned it, but it hadn't posted. So I'm like, okay, I'm ignoring it. Next thing I know, I'm seeing where it says I didn't went from low cash mode to being on the negative. And I'm still thinking, okay, that can't be right. So I go in, I look at the account, and I see where, I had money pending to come over. And I'm still in the mindset, okay, this is just, it hadn't posted. So, I let it go. I fool around and look again, and I realized that the money I transferred over was not enough. I was reading the statement wrong. Long story short, I didn't pay close enough attention, and it actually did go into insufficient fund. They covered the thing, but I got two insufficient fund fees of $36. That's $72. $72 I can't get back. $72 is just a waste because I could have moved more money over and been okay. And then even on top of that, I had these same $200 sitting right here on my desk for like 3 weeks. I could have taken this money 3 weeks ago to PNC and deposited it into my account. And I could have saved myself that $70. So you know what? I called PNC and I was trying to find out, like, I was asking them some questions. And then I found myself kind of getting the attitude with them. And then I had to check my own darn self. I said, you know what? Your ass is the one that sit up here and then follow up on that stuff. You sit here and let this money sit here on this counter for 2 weeks and you ain't do nothing about that. I didn't know you was getting mad at them folks. So I had to check my own self. I was like, you know what? Never mind. Bye. Thank y'all. So, like I said, accountability is a big thing. And this whole fiasco and that whole $70 that I lost, because there was definitely a loss that I could have avoided, it wasn't nobody's fault but mine. So even though I come out looking bad in this story, the moral of the story and the lesson for y'all is pay attention to your account. If you go in there and something don't look right, don't just assume that it's gonna work itself out. Do some more work. Because had I done that, or had I took my tail to the bank and put that 200 in there, I wouldn't have had to deal with any of it. So I couldn't be mad at nobody but me. But anyway, so that takes care of. So yeah, that's everything I was gonna talk about today. Like I said, school starts back next week, and I don't know why I'm around here feeling the type of way. Shoot, I ain't got to go, but I'm just like the summer went by too fast. I am not ready for school to be back in. I guess because when school gets back in, there's less freedom as far as like I gotta make sure she's in bed on time. I gotta make sure we got school supplies. I gotta make sure, I'm paying whatever fee, and then when you first get started, they sending you all this crap home to sign. I'm just not feeling it. But anyway, it is what it is. And my baby's gonna be in the 8th grade this year. She's starting a whole new school. I think she's got a little bit of anxiety about that. But I told her it'll be all right. The good part about it is everybody's on the level playing field. It's a brand new school that's just opening. And just like she don't know nothing about it, neither does anybody else. I said, all y'all gonna learn together. So get in there and learn. Figure out where everything is. But I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna work out. But I'm just like tripping about how fast time is going. Because even like the 7th grade, yeah, it went by just like that. I was just like, I don't think a minute is 60 seconds anymore. I think they trimmed a minute down to like maybe 45 seconds and then tell us, because time is going way too fast. This day year flew by so fast, and like the summer flew by so fast. I'm like, is it me? But anyway, so yeah, that starts next week. We gotta get all that figured out. Figure out what bus you gotta ride. Orientation, open house, all of the headachy stuff that go with school starting back. So, and then, I guess we got this school shopping. That child, now, we did some shop. I usually do shopping a few times a year for her. And I was telling Tanisha this morning, we had just got shoes. But then, also, before school got out, she wasn't taller than me. We ain't been out of school for what, a couple of months, and she didn't already pass me. So they let you know she's growing. So I need to see where her toes stopping in them shoes she got. Make sure they not too small. And then we gotta make sure the breeches ain't gonna be no high water pants because She going straight up. So yeah, we gotta get out and do all that, but it'll happen when it happens. But anyway, I am going to wrap this up for today. I think I covered everything I was going to talk about. Tanisha, thank you for coming through and hanging out with me in the chat today. I appreciate you. You kept me from sitting here having to talk to myself. And for anybody catching the replay, hit the like, give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever. I appreciate whatever. Still trying to build up my watch time. I went and checked today. Y'all know when I first got started, I only had like 140 some hours. Now I'm up to 800 or some hours. And still not nowhere near close to the 3,000. You know, when I first started, I was telling you I was 4,000. Well, they changed it and they lowered it to like 3,000 that you have to have before you get monetized. You have to have at least 500 followers now and at least 3,000 watch hours. So I'm at 858 watch hours. So I'm trying to be consistent with my live videos and build up my audience so I can get my views in and all that stuff. Because this monetization, you know, if I get the channel monetized, that goes to supporting the fact that I am using this as a way to support my home-based business. So I'm always trying to find ways to reach out and share my home-based business more. And if y'all get a chance, the Tony Clompton show, Tony is my partner. Him and I usually do lives together. He is trying to get to his 500. I think right now he's at 302 maybe. So y'all go subscribe to Tony Clompton, the Tony Clompton show, and give him a click and a view when you see him go live. He's always entertaining. He always has a lot of knowledge. So, and hopefully, for the people that's in Alabama, hopefully I'll see y'all this week, either tomorrow at the at First Baptist in Hillsboro, or Saturday at Greater Faith. What's it, Greater Faith Christian Church? And that's on Rockdale Road in Bessemer, so Birmingham area. So hopefully I'll see some of y'all here. And if not, of course, y'all know I'm be sharing some clips. I'm gonna have the camera rolling. I'm gonna come back and do some videos, share what I learned, introduce y'all to my co-founder via video. But thanks again for coming through and listening, and let me be transparent and vent to y'all at the same time. And I will see y'all maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Bye.